Okay, hello and welcome back to I just found a red button confidential. So you see that we did not start exactly where we left off. That is a quirk with the game. You see, it sort of auto saves, so you can't really save the game exactly at the point you are at. You are instead sent back to the start of the area. And, well, to my great surprise, I did say I was going to do this without a walkthrough, and that is still my plan. But just in case, I took the precaution of looking one up and looked through it a bit after the previous video and found that I had actually not missed anything. How about that? Of course, the walkthrough then suggests that I should not actually go to this point of the game at this point. But hey.
So this is what education looks like. Can't say I'm impressed.
And this is what a green button looks like. Yay. Okay. We have a pill machine. Okay.
Please don't touch that machine. It's delicate and only authorized personnel are allowed to use it.
I forget what... cricket, yeah. You're a cricket dude. What do you know about being qualified for operating a pill machine anyway?
Glinda was the witch of the South back in the old days. Last I heard, she was killed during the Phanphasm War. But I don't believe everything I hear about witches.
So, from the south. That would be the red county something? District?
Modesty is not one of the professor's virtues. Hello.
Welcome to the Temple of Learning. I am Professor H.M. Wogglebug, T.E., at your service.
Wogglebug? Are you the same Wogglebug who wrote Flight Patterns of the North Munchkin Tooth Sparrow?
The very same. You read my book?
No, but it's on my shelf. Right next to Mating Calls of the Gillikin Centipede.
You've bought my books but haven't read them.
Well, not exactly. I found them in a box on the street.
I see. Did you want something?
Not, I suppose, what you would want to hear about your books, being an author.
I'm looking for someone. Can you answer a few questions?
Answering questions is what I do best, my dear.
Do you know a man named Ansel?
Perhaps. What is his field?
Field?
Anthropology, science, literature?
I don't think he's involved in any of those.
Then I haven't heard of him.
Here's his photograph. Do you recognize him?
Come to think of it, yes I do. It looks like one of Cutter's fellows.
Okay. I've achieved
Cutter?
something.
What do you remember about Ansel?
Nothing, I'm afraid. I remember him doing some odd jobs for Cutter, but that's all.
Do you know where Ansel is now?
I wouldn't have the slightest idea.
Let's talk about something else.
So, well, let's just go through this in sequence, shall we?
About this university.
My favorite subject.
What do you teach here?
Teach? My dear, we do not do anything so crass as teaching. We learn.
What's the difference?
Why waste time teaching old subjects when the world is full of new things to discover?
That's pretty efficient.
It's the future.
Huh. Okay, sure. I'll roll with this.
Can I enroll?
I'm afraid the waiting list is quite long. If you submit an application, we'll review it in 5 years' time.
This is a weird university. This is not how universities usually operate, but why am I surprised? Honestly.
Where are all the students?
They are off learning something, of course, contributing to the fountain of knowledge that is the Royal University.
Let's talk about something else. What is this machine?
Ah, you are interested in my knowledge pharmacy?
Knowledge pharmacy.
All the wisdom and knowledge of the past in pill form. Our students simply take one of these pills and the knowledge pops right into their eager little minds. So much more efficient than the old, outdated methods of teaching.
Huh. Speaking as a university student, I would very much like it if that thing was a possibility.
I'd like a knowledge pill.
I'm afraid you aren't enrolled here, so you aren't authorized to use the machine.
Huh. Okay. I'm guessing this means we're gonna have to,
Let's talk about something
yeah.
else.
Do something, not entirely legal at some point.
Who is Cutter?
He works here. He organizes these field trips, I suppose you could call them. I think they are foolish, but we are a university, and I suppose there is some value in it.
Is Cutter here?
Yes, I believe he is. He recently got back from an expedition.
Could I speak to him?
I don't see why not. Cutter, come out here.
Yes, Professor?
This young lady would like to ask you a few questions.
Oh, sure. Whatever you need.
For a moment, I was actually concerned that this cutter would be something slightly horrendous, but I was proven wrong. Or something. I was mistaken, I guess.
Is Cutter a professor, like you?
Heavens, no. He's my assistant. A very capable one, although he does have his head in the clouds.
How long has Cutter been here?
Oh, years. He came here as a student. He couldn't afford the tuition, so he offered to work as my assistant. 5 years later, he's still here. Quite indispensable.
Let's talk about something else.
That's also not quite how you run a university, but we have reached the end of the conversation. Let's...
Thanks, Professor. I'll be back.
Good evening to you.
So, I'm guessing this will be a lot of good knowledge, and those sideburns, by the way, holy hell.
I read
Wow.
stories about the wizard when I was a kid. He used to rule the Emerald City. I wonder where he is now.
Oh, didn't we prove that he was a fake or some such? Yeah, I
The
forget.
plaque says D. Lewis Gilbert. Never heard of him. He can't be that.
Yeah, D. Lewis Gilbert, that's the designer of the game, by the way, if you didn't know. Well, one of the people involved in the making of this game. I think he is the head of White Eye Games. This is his little cameo. And... fuck.